I mean, you could pull
Muskie
YouTube up
logo
if, if anybody jumps on. Maybe you can even pull it up on your phone off to the side like you do sometimes.
Just know I got my big Red Bull down there.
Put it in there. You're the fucking champ.
I know, I didn't want
put
it
it down there.
Put it,
Sure.
yeah, put it. All right. I'm gonna lean it towards you then.
That's fine. Well, that does look like shit.
Right? Thank you. I know. Hey, I knew you were being courteous, but I was like, man, it's a screen hog.
It is. Oh Jesus!
Got my wardrobe
Christ.
changed. Don't worry about
like
that.
Oh, dude, you would have loved it.
I
Before
always
I
come
came
with
over,
surprises.
I ran upstairs, like Lainey was having a meltdown. I kind of already told you, but like, I literally like changed into this outfit, and she's like, "Did you go upstairs and change, or were you already wearing them?" I'm like, "Girl, you know this DraftKings hat was packed from like the Wellington house. I had to go and tear my closet apart just to find this stupid fucking hat."
I think I already started screaming.
Oh, did you?
Did you really?
Nice.
You did.
Who cares?
Fuck it. That's how we do it. It's week 18. It doesn't even matter. The champ is here. 18.
Grab my phone. We should go to the link and make sure that we're streaming accurately and it's not all
make
fucking
sure there's
tits up.
no
lagging.
no lagging. Check some audio, maybe. We're here.
I'm
See
gonna
how
have a
we're
hard
doing.
time
We're
checking
here.
audio in the heart of it.
Oh, that's all right. I think the audio will be fine as long as this video is fine.
Yeah.
I think it sounds good, boys.
Why is the thing so?
Oh, Mike's in there.
They removed the.
Oh, nice. Yeah, grab my phone. I'll pull it up so we've got a live chat in case he says something stupid. Like all of his picks this year.
Oh my god.
Fucking savagery up here tonight.
Dispatch, this is from the field. We've got shots fired.
Oh,
All right, yeah,
all
we're
right.
here. We've had a slow start. Mike, you've seen it. But we do have the mayor in town, the champion, by 1/2 point. You'll get the details here soon.
Hey, boys.
Champ is in the house.
Cheers to a good season.
Mike agrees that the video quality and everything is fine right now.
I will say this really quick, allow me to jump in. Thanks to Chris and Stevie for all the hard work on making sure that we're able to track this all year. So thanks.
You got it, man. It's
our
my
pleasure.
pleasure. It is truly is. It is taxing and it is a task
It
at
does take
times,
sometimes. Yeah,
but it
sometimes
is fun.
But it's fun. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It is. All right, well, let's just get right into it.
Ooh.
Mike's
Wait.
probably at work. He doesn't have a lot of time.
NFC North champions. Problem is, this is 2023's.
Oh, I
This is 2023.
like where he's going with this. I was
This
not.
is
No
2023's.
one knew about this.
Let's see what we got here.
This motherfucker.
See what we got here.
Ooh, child. Look at that.
Oh, there we go.
That's real classy.
There we go. Fresh off the rack.
You only got one in that bag?
Yeah. Wait.
Shit.
Yep. There's
I
one.
thought there was more than one.
That's fresh. I like it. Well done. Well done. All right, let's
It's got
get
that
into
new
it.
hoodie smell to
Yeah,
it,
it
baby.
does.
That's a
I
nice
like
smell.
it.
That's a good smell. We're gonna go through a couple of these pretty quickly. We'll get to the meat and potatoes of this video. Do we want to go pick by pick for everyone like we always do? Do we want to just go over the overalls and?
I think the overalls are important. I mean, I'm not going to try and step
Yeah.
on Chris's toes. He's run it all year with you. I mean, but
Chris, your thoughts?
We could do a like.
we can do a quick
Chad, you did this in
synopsis.
the college. You went 1 and 2 in the college. Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
we'll just
You
go
went
quick.
2 and 1 in the pro.
Right, and then do a season
Yeah.
final.
Yeah,
And then-
I'd rather spend
yeah.
more time on
We
the
got other
overalls.
stuff to talk about. So
All right, so yeah, I'll start us off here. Chad, we never got a nickname for Chad, but that's going to change.
I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
It's got to come naturally. You can't
Yeah,
force
it's
it.
just gotta-
Because when you force it, then it's not right, and then it just never fits. So it'll happen when it happens.
That's right. All right, so for the Birds, we have a 1 and 2 in your college games. Interesting thing for your college picks, I don't see Ohio State anywhere.
weird.
But you did go with Minnesota minus the 7.5. I did as well. Then you went Texas and Georgia. Those were both losers to go 1 and 2 in your college picks. For the pros, Danny P, give him his pro
Oh.
picks.
Thanks, I was napping over here. So we're looking at Week 18 NFL. Winner with Baltimore, Cleveland over 42. A loser with Kansas City,
Jameson.
Denver over 39, and a winner with the Detroit Lions -3. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Go 2-1 in your pro picks. Wow, that Denver team. How bad did KC not want Cincinnati to be in the playoffs?
They
Holy
sent everybody.
shit.
I'm pretty sure I saw the water boy out there at one point playing running back.
Chad, you finished with 60 wins, 44 losses, 4 ties, 62 points is what you ended with, sir. On to Christopher. We can probably turn that down. Nope,
nobody-
I'm home. Mike is not working. LB, that hoodie is fired. Yes, indeed it is. All right, week 18 for Chris's pick. You want to give him Mr. College?
Yes, I can handle that. All right, week 18 college picks. This guy decides I'm going off the board. Buffalo
I'm
-2.
trying to catch you guys.
Cash. Maybe not everyone knew Liberty's quarterback transferred, so he was out.
I
Buffalo
knew.
looked strong.
Several times.
Minnesota, Virginia Tech under 42.5. That's a W. And then Ohio State, Oregon over 55, which Ohio State took care of by themselves, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Yes,
3-0.
3-0, nice college week. Is Chris going to make some noise coming up after a 6-0 last week? Let's find out. In the NFL picks, he goes Seattle -2.5. That's a win. Jim Harbaugh -5.5. That's a win. Detroit over 53. I think that should be a 52. Either way, I think that's a loss no matter what. You, sir, go 5-1 in the last week of the season to finish your roller coaster of a ride of 18 weeks. You were cold for too long. You were blazing hot for too short. Then you fizzled out a little bit.
I did.
And finished blazing hot.
That 0-6 fucking killed me.
Couple
The
of
0-6 killed me.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Chris,
If you think about it,
It was
the
in
0-6
crunch
killed me.
time,
If
too.
it was
Anything else to hold the
if
line.
it was a 2-4,
Right.
I'm tied with Steve.
right there, week 15. You couldn't have made any more bad decisions that week than you did. But
Yeah.
my friend, you had 3-week chunks where nobody was better 2 different times. And that's there's something to be said for
Yep.
that. You finished with a record of 60 wins, 46 losses, and 2 ties. Welcome to the 60 win club.
Thank you.
Nice to have you
Thank
here. 61 points. Nice job. You beat
Good to be here.
Chad. I don't know if anybody's paying attention at home. Oh, no, you didn't. Chad had 62. Chris has 61.
Yeah, Chad
Chad
held
beats
on.
you by a point. So Chad right now is the winner. Let's talk about the money maker. As he sits in between 2 of the OGs of the league, my man comes in to knock me off my pedestal in an exciting Week 18. It truly was an exciting Week 18, pretty much from the beginning of the selection process for me. But Danny's picks. He
Terrible.
comes off a 5-1 last week.
5-1 the week before.
5-1 the week before, so a 10-2.
Run.
A 10-2 run to give him a 3.5 point margin
Thank God.
going into Week 18. Here we go. Chris, give him his college pick.
College picks. Danny P went with Texas -12. Terrible pick. Should have been on Arizona State. That's a loss. Oregon +2. You fucking suck at this, Dan.
I agree.
That's a loss. Georgia, Notre Dame under the 45. That was a win.
Yeah.
That was a win. And a ballsy pick.
So he goes 1 win,
1-2.
2 losses in the college game. In the pro game, it's got to be better. Let's go backwards. He goes Detroit, Minnesota over 52. That's a loss.
Yes.
Tampa Bay
I did the same thing.
-14. That's a loss. He does get the big ball win out of Baltimore, laying 17 in a hook
17
burger.
a hook. That might be the biggest spread.
That should be a bonus point. He gets a win -17.5 to limp through Week 18 at a 2-4. His final record is 63, 44-1, 63 wins, the 60-point club. That's going to be a high for the league. 63 is a huge number. 63.5 points with your only 1 tie for the whole season.
The
That's
only one with 1 tie.
nicely done, sir.
Thank you. I'm very proud.
You should be.
You know, I've been looking into, how the champions will be celebrated going forward. It's on them, really, I feel like. But I want to try and set the tone, and I'm looking into some things, banners, hats, belts, rings, all of that.
There's some things we've talked about, Chris and I, in the past. I think maybe next year some of the money might be shaved from the winner, and we go with a $50 trophy
Some
that
of
can
it in the,
that can live on
Yeah.
and be added upon and
Yep.
things
Yeah.
like that. So we'll get there.
So-
Maybe we even use some of this playoff stuff that we might pull off.
I
We'll do
agree.
that. A quick look back at a couple of Danny's weeks. 17 5-1, week 16 5-1, a 3-3 before that, a 3-3 before that, a 4-2 before that. I mean, you really didn't.
It wasn't.
he is-
You know what it was? Sorry, I tried to not fucking bury myself any certain week, and I was able to do that. I mean, look, every once in a while, dude, you're gonna have a coin flip game that you probably should have won and you don't.
I don't see you having one. I'm back to week 7, and you're no worse than 3-3 every single week.
Yeah, a
Which-
few weeks back, I went back and looked at
5-1,
it, and
5-1,
he
3-3.
he jumped into first place in week 11 and never let it go.
There you go. Week 4. Week 4, you went 1-5, and that was it.
Reminds me of last year.
Every week after that, you were 500 or better.
Really
Yeah.
quick,
Great
just
season.
on a personal level of
Consistency.
gambling and things that changed from last year to this year, I think the biggest thing that helped me this year was not focusing on trying to find the best number. I knew we were all going to play the same number.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I just
because that's new. That's different
that was
from
'cause
last year.
year, right? We were able to
You
find
could-
our
you
best
could
number.
find
if
some
we could,
different
right.
numbers. Yeah.
And so, just from my perspective, I think that had a big impact on my successful gambling this year.
Well, whatever you did it better than everyone. You
And
did it.
the sponsorship fucking offers have been coming in since Monday morning.
Anybody who's asking, he already has a manager, and it's me.
Right up there. for you.
Right?
Let's
All
go and
right,
put
all
that
right.
there in the middle
You guys
for
are the
you.
best. All right.
I'll throw some
I'm
Jameson
just
down
glad
for you,
Steve's
buddy.
name isn't going on it again.
Oops, sorry about
you're
that.
good.
Crying out loud.
You're good. Yeah, we'll get to my picks, and we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll do radio for 2 or 3, and well, 4, because Mike's here. Moving on. Speaking of, I almost just skipped Jason because I was talking about Mike. Let's do Rosie real quick. He's not watching. He won't watch, but you guys might want to know. College. He goes Arizona State, Oregon, and Georgia. Arizona State getting the 14 was a win. Oregon, Georgia were losses. In the pro game, he went Denver, Washington, Detroit. Those were all 3 wins.
Yeah,
He
there you
finishes 4-2. And listen, this guy left six picks blank.
Yeah.
6 losses he took just because he missed it, forgot, whatever. And he finishes at 58 wins, 48 losses, and 2 ties. And like I said, 6 of those losses were just by default. 59
Yeah.
points.
Could have been in the running.
Could have been in the running. It was a great
Brother
season. out
needs
of
to
him.
get himself a proxy.
All right, we can spend some time on Big Mike because he's live on the scene.
All right, let's see what we got.
Let's do who you want to
I'll bat lead off.
go for
or
it.
these
Pick your
NCAA
spot.
picks?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, take all the time you want.
Yeah, whatever you want to
Oh,
do.
me and
Yeah.
Big Mike were on the same thing, and I don't know. I kind of let my feelings be known in the video earlier this week. I hated this pick, but I ended up in the same place, and it was Texas minus 14. And early on, it's like gangbusters. This thing's over with. Throw the towel. And Scadaboo and
Scadaboo.
ASU and the cheerleaders, they just came
That
rushing
dude's
back.
built like a brick shit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's
no
low
one
to
wants
the
to tackle
ground,
him.
right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Mike, I was with him here on Oregon too, and that was a bad loss. The thing about that one, brother, I'm with you. Like, I just lost that Texas game. I'm watching this. I'm like, I don't even know what I was doing. There was something going on at the house, and Oregon was already out of it. They were down 3 scores or something.
Oh,
like, how the fuck
immediately.
did this happen?
And not only were they out of it, dude, there was a foot on their throat.
Oh, yeah,
and
and you
somebody was
knew
tickling them.
Ohio State was just going to keep throwing it.
Dude, there was nothing that could be done.
So, and then this was a tough one. Georgia getting a 1.5 ends up being the loss too, and in what I thought was a good game, but a low-scoring game. And so 0-3 for the college on week 18.
Hopefully he does a little bit better in his pro picks.
Why don't you tell them about it?
Mike, you went with Washington, the Commodes. My good friend Danny P likes to call
I
them.
do.
Minus the 3 versus Dallas. That was a win. And that was kind of I was staying away from that game. That was a little ballsy. Not that Dallas had much to play for, but still. Wasn't touching it.
Old school rivalry.
Yeah, so that's a win. Philly, minus another game I wasn't going to touch. You got Jalen Hurts. He's been out, what, like
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. It's been like 16 days in concussion protocol. Yeah, Philly minus the 3.5 versus the Giants, and plus the Giants will do giant things and screw themselves in the draft, and go and win against Philly in a game that doesn't matter or something like that. So I wasn't even going to touch that one, but no, it worked out good for you. Philly minus the 3.5, that's a dub. And then he said, I'm not messing with the total. I'm not messing with that over shit like Danny P and Chris.
Right.
Just give me the Lions minus the 3.
Stone.
Faith in his
Onions.
team. Oh my gosh, I wasn't touching a side.
I
in
wasn't
that
either.
game. Mike said, nope, give me the Lions minus the 3 to go 3-0. 3-0 in the pro, 0-3 in the college to do 3. You're just all over the damn place with these things.
I feel like that's Mike's season in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And wasn't it last year we were talking about beforehand, and we could go back and look at the numbers. I think last year you were like a NCAA savant.
Oh yeah.
He was,
I think it was
electric
NCAA.
in the college
And
game.
you were killing it in the pro.
Right. And him
But-
and I together would have been
Yeah.
like world beaters.
He was struggling in the pro, killing it in the college, and last year you were killing it in the pro, struggling in the college.
Yeah. Mike, up and down year
Crazy.
for you. Sorry you had to fight uphill battles the whole time, but nobody better that it could have happened to you.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if
Finished
that's,
strong.
oh, that's a
3-0 last
compliment
week.
or
Well,
an
here,
insult,
listen.
but-
He ends up with 56 wins, 48 losses in 4 ties. He's going to have 58 points. The 4 ties is a lot. That ties, I think, with the most for anybody else in the league. But you still come out with 56 wins. You're well over 500.
We had three guys with 4 ties, 3 guys with 2 ties, and only one motherfucker with 1 tie.
And thankfully, the ties that I didn't end up with ended up in the W column
Yeah, right,
instead of
right,
the L
yeah.
column.
Either way, Big Mike, you know I love you like family, and I'm glad you're a part of it. Glad Patty's a part of it. Oh, my gosh.
What'd you eat, man?
And I hope to have you back, homie.
No, yeah, that'll do
I'm
it.
sure you will be.
Ring pop will do it.
Yep.
All right, moving on to Fatty Patty 2 and 4. Let's see how we did. Chris, go ahead.
College picks, he also went with Texas, Arizona, but took the over 51, so that's going to be a win. And as common as it was, Oregon plus the points, not enough, not nearly enough. That's going to be a loss. And then Notre Dame and Georgia over the 45. That's going to be a loss to go 1-2 in his college picks. How do you do in the pro?
Danny?
Yeah, got it. Tampa Bay, New Orleans over 43.5. That's a W. Cincinnati -3. And I'm sorry, guys, I got to just throw my 2 cents in on this game.
Do it. That's what we're here for.
This was the game all week that I had to fight myself to not get involved in.
Cincy?
Yes.
Really?
When I sent the video on Sunday morning, I was feeling pretty good, but it was like, I knew it. Something in me, like, because I had won the early Saturday game. That game scared me. I wanted to get involved. Cincinnati wins, but does not cover because they only won by 2 in just an ugly game.
The Bengals have been dicking me all season. I wanted nothing to do
Yeah,
with that.
well, that
game.
too, right.
Especially my last. I was Christmas tree shopping on my phone, looking at the live score of the Cincy, and I'll never forget it. They ruined my Christmas tree shopping day.
I'm going to bring up
all
some
right?
old shit.
I
I
was
want to know.
sawing this tree down, all pissed off, just trying to
Right.
fucking Bengals, just fucking me again.
Probably
so I
paid
wasn't
$80
touching
for this fucking tree.
$92 with
I was
tax,
in the wheelhouse. I was in the wheelhouse.
$92 with tax.
Hey, okay, really quick, as brutal as this was, and this was, I gotta be honest with you, this was in my mind too. I'm like, Cincinnati has murdered more fucking survivors this year than anybody.
That's absolutely right.
I'm like, I'm just staying away. Now, it didn't matter for me personally. I ended up losing my ass off on Sunday, but I thought I dodged a bullet
That's
there.
a great point because they did eliminate
They did it early in the year.
75% of the country in Survivor within the first 3 weeks.
At least 2 weeks in the first 5 or 6.
2 of the first 3 weeks, or it might have been week 1 and week 2.
I know the one was week 1, I think.
Week 1 eliminated 42% in Circle
So,
Survivor or something.
I get it. It was a very enticing game. Some of us were able to stay away. Trust me, that one fought me. And then big win to wrap it up. Detroit -3 to go 2-1 in week 18. A nice run and a season win total looks like a 59.
59 total points, 57, 47, and 4. Put the bag on for that. $90 for a tree. I can't say anything. I ended up getting 2 live trees this year, so times 2.
yeah. Talk to Mr. Suburban over here, all right?
That DTE bonus check.
He's just like trees for everybody.
Fucking fake trees, green
Trees,
trees, who gives a
whatever.
fuck?
Who gives a shit?
We're not doing 2 trees again next year. Patty, 57, 47, 4, 59 points. I feel like he was someone that I was not concerned. I had
He
my
was
eye
up there
on him.
for a little while.
He comes out and he wins 2 rounds of Survivor in the first week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he came
So
out the
he's-
first 4
yeah, he's
weeks.
in
Let's
your
go
head.
back and look real quick. I want to say he started out just shit
Oh,
hot.
Yeah, he started out real good. Like
3,
that's the thing.
6, 9, 11. I mean, he was 3 wins across the board.
I
Then he
believe
hits
at one point he
4.
was tied for first
Yeah.
with maybe you, maybe Jason at the time when Jason was up
Playing.
there.
All right, moving on
Yeah.
to myself.
Here we go.
I'll be
Yeah,
quiet.
baby, you can shut the fuck up. What do you want? You want college?
You
or
know
pro?
what? Let me take the college because
Take college.
I can enjoy this at this point.
It's
although
your-
I was sweating
It's your
hard
night,
on
Danny
Sunday.
P. It's your night.
This dirty dog, knowing what he has to do to get back in it to win it and go for his 3-peat, and I'm respecting that, and I'm trying to hold on. Stevie goes, OSU Oregon over 55. Now seems like the biggest layup in the world. This is the pick that hurts me the most because this is the one I really tore myself up about. Arizona State getting the 12. Cash it, baby. There's
Yeah.
no better feeling when you're on an underdog and you get to overtime
Yeah.
with a number like that
Yeah.
because you're like,
Do what you want.
you ain't doing nothing. Like, there's no mathematical way for you to figure it out. Because I don't know if
Yeah.
about you guys, like, you try to mathematically figure
For
it out.
sure.
Sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
okay, we go to overtime. They throw a pick 6. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I
There
love
was
when
no-
I'm playing a
I do
baseball
that.
game and I'm up more than one swing of the bat can come and get
And-
me.
And
You know
those
what I mean?
those underdogs were the ones that got me back in the mix. Going
That's
back
right.
a few weeks when I started,
That's
like,
right.
I'm just jumping on these underdogs
That's right.
now.
hey, when in doubt, take the points.
I
That's
did
what
it
I've
twice.
always-
I
I've
did it
always been
twice
told.
this week.
Game number 3, Minnesota minus a 7.5. Everyone always fears the hook. I know
The
I do at
Golden
7.5, but the
Gophers.
Minnesota Golden Gophers get it done. 3-0 in college in Week 18, a very impressive run, and a threatening run to possibly the championship.
Oh no, it came down to that final.
It came down to
Yeah.
the 4:00 games on
Yes.
week 18 and the end of the third quarter.
I was at hockey and I was sitting there because I meant to bring this with me to hockey. I left it at home and I was like, all right. I went back and watched my video when I was going over and I was like getting these all numbers down. I had a napkin. I'm writing stuff down at hockey and all that. Like guys at hockey are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I gotta take care of something. I gotta figure something out right now. So,
Look how my ice melted.
but yeah, it came.
It's like a
It's
crown.
interesting.
That's the liquor.
Oh yeah, did the same in mine. Adorable. But yeah,
It's
so
our first
yeah,
time.
I was crunching
It's like a
numbers
graduation cap.
at
Yeah,
the
exactly
rink
what I
and
was
figuring things out and dotting I's and crossing T's and lowercase J's and
So I purposely leave out Thursday, Saturday, Friday, NFL. I realize I go 3-0 in the college. I truly swear to you, can believe me or not, but I had
No,
no
sure, yeah.
idea really what you had picked.
No, I believe you. And
Um,
I didn't care, though, either way.
No,
Like,
sure. But in my brain, I was thinking I'm 3-0 in the college. Now, if I get to the pro
Right.
games, I've got to try to think like Danny, and how
Right.
can I go against him to try to make up some points?
right. And you damn near did it.
yeah.
Because I was talking hella shit.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
I like Friday.
he
Saturday.
came in Saturday
he's,
night.
He's talking a little shit to me. I was drinking a little bit, playing some video games.
Drink
Yeah,
a little bit.
no,
play
he
video
came
games.
in-
That's
he
when you
came
talk
in
the most
heavy.
shit, really.
He came in heavy Saturday night, telling me to go to sleep.
I did.
Go to sleep.
Sweet dreams.
Give him my pro picks so we can move on from this shit.
Yep.
All right, so he
Just
did.
move to the last one, because this is all I need to
He-
fucking get
he
out.
went-
I need to get this
He
out.
went head to head with Danny Pete when Danny Pete took Tampa Bay. Steve said, "No, give me New Orleans and the plus 14."
And I didn't peek.
fucking
No, I believe
There
points.
was no peeking. I just felt like that was an easy
Oh, you
one.
do? Because, well, I kind of,
That's a lot of points.
dude, what
It felt like a perfect storm for me with the terrible incident that had happened. With all of the talk, other than the tragedy, is all about Evans and he needs this many yards and he
Right.
needs a touchdown. I was just like, man, this is, and it's in New Orleans.
And yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's a 2 touch, like it's a big spread. It kind of felt
Yeah.
like a perfect spot to double up and and get a win while you get a loss and get a 2-point swing.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Yeah.
It did.
Yep. Yeah. So that's a win for
And then the
Steve.
sweat started.
Yep. I was just gonna say Danny P sweating now.
Right.
And then he took the Bills and the New England
This
Patriots
was classic.
under 40.
Where's it end? Where's it hit?
39.
They hit 39.
So 4 o'clock games kick off.
Holy
I'm 5-0. I know
the
mathematically.
beads of sweat are rolling.
Mathematically, I need to make up 3.5 points. So I'm 5-0. A 6-0 means my man has to win more than 2 games. And we may have talked a little bit at this point. I think I knew you were like 2-2.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or something like that.
Yeah.
You
We
said,
knew
he
that.
said it in his
I
video.
updated-
He's like, I'm 2-2
Yeah.
going, and he had
Yeah.
2 games
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
I knew
And
that
then
it
he
wasn't.
lost
He could
them all.
lose everything else. I had to win. After I make it through the Bills Patriots under, which was a super sweat.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I was sweating it too, and I'm like, God damn it!
We start communicating a little bit during the San Francisco and Cardinals game, and it was a high-scoring first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on the under 46 to Kyler motherfucking Murray. He might as well be a Falcon. I swear to God, he should just fucking move to Atlanta and live there and play there for the rest of his life. Because all those two places and teams, all they do want to do is fuck.
So he took the Niners and the
Cocksucker,
Cards
little midget fucker.
under
Hell of a-
under
hell of a
46.
baseball
I
player
think you got to
ever,
say
I've
little
been
people
told.
now.
Fuck him.
Niners Cards under 46.
Fucking bullshit, dude.
Hey,
Yeah, and the Niners are wheeling out whoever,
Hey.
and the Cards, and
The fucking party's on.
and they hit a total of 71. Steve,
Right.
He took
Cards
the
covered
under
on their own, I
46.
think.
I think so. So, you know what? It sucks. It blows to lose. But listen, I'll say this. The touchdown, the score that put it over the points, because there was a small amount of minutes, I will say under 10, where I'm doing the math where, like, if I can get a push here,
Yes.
we can
Absolutely,
have some
live.
drama. Like,
Yeah.
I need 3 points for the rest of the game. They were on 43. I needed a field goal. And who, of all people, catches a fullback fucking swing pass and takes it 20 yards to the touchdown house but Kyle Juszczyk, his favorite fullback in Madden. This motherfucker. Oh, it almost made it easier to deal with. It really did.
Just keep looking at my sweater in that thing.
Losing to him via Kyle Juszczyk, it was poetic. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
You're the man. You're the
Yeah.
champ.
You
Of
With
the
that,
Picks
if you would have got that,
2024.
you would have went to 64, and you
Yeah.
would have won by
Yes.
the hook.
Yeah,
But you lost that,
but I lost.
so you lost by the hook.
It finishes up a decent run that I was on, living
Oh, yeah.
living on the 4-2, not dropping below 3-3, going back a handful of weeks. I guess week 13, 2-4. I could look at that as somewhere where I started to lose my grips. Week 10, a 2-3 with a tie. Kind of like in the dog days of the season there, I maybe lost grip, but I finished 62, 44-2. I don't think in any selection game anybody would be upset with those numbers. I'm surely not.
No.
63 points, lose by a half a point to the mayor.
So
And that's
that's-
going to be my season.
So as you know, now we're a few years into this and all that. Like that's got to be like the 60 win thing. It's got that's got to be the goal, right?
I
To
think
just-
that's where if you want
If
to talk
you-
about
if
being
you
a
wanna
champion,
talk about winning.
in the
you
in the
gotta-
beginning of the season, you're
Yeah.
thinking what's my path to
Thinking,
60
what's my
points?
path to 60? Yeah, yeah. Wow.
But now, a quick before we recap everything, if we even need to, I don't know that we do.
oh, I'm doing it. Oh,
Great season
doing
for you, Sasquatch. I see your text coming in. He said, "Great season, boys. Great season for you too, my man."
Oh yeah, good time.
We talked a little bit about this, and there'll be more talk in the offseason. I would like to maybe send out our numbers closer to the Thursday night game, just to get us a more accurate number for the Sunday games. I'm not interested in sending out a sheet on Thursday for Thursday and a sheet on Saturday for Saturday and a sheet on. I'm not doing 3 emails.
A lot of work.
That's just not happening.
Mm.
And I don't think
Y'all
it's
are gonna have
fair.
to start paying us to do shit like that.
I don't think it's fair to have you, the rest of the league, go look at the number. You know, it just turns into too much cross-checking, and this really isn't that serious. But I would like to find a way to get our picks to be closer to accurate's the wrong word, but closer to the final number,
Yeah,
and see how good we can do.
yeah.
I have
Yeah.
actually one thing that just came to mind. Me and you talked about that off camera earlier. I think we should strive for that.
Does it make sense? That's where I want to go.
absolutely. one thing that I think we may have lost track on since we started this is part of it was about making money for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make any more work for the two of you. You know, I'm looking to hopefully help out a little bit more next year. Maybe even I can take this on myself. Is once we have everyone's picks, you wipe the names and then
Throw the picks out.
yeah, because like then people can see maybe they're not on something, and they can be like, well, shit, dude, I got 4 guys in my league that are on this. Maybe I just throw 10 on it. You know,
Right,
I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
that's a pipe dream.
Yeah.
No, I
that's-
like where your
that's
head's at
kinda how it
because he's
started.
absolutely right. This was all
That's how it
even
started.
before the picks was the picks. It was during COVID, and I was
Right.
doing it on my phone with like 3 or 4 other people, and it was truly just to see who was hot
Right.
and how can we all benefit off of this dude's heater.
Right.
Chris,
Yeah.
perfect example.
Exactly.
2 different 3-week heaters.
Right.
Like if we all jump on
Yes.
after he's 8-0 for the remaining 6 games, we can all benefit financially.
Yeah.
So I like where you're at with that,
Yeah,
which
just-
means we do need to get to a more valid closing line number,
Right.
so we can try to jump in with our own intelligence on what we think could still happen or where the juice is for the big money players and follow it that way.
Yeah.
But that's where my mind's going to be at in the off season. All of you have the exact same voice that I have. This is not my way or the highway. I'm open for all the dialogue. Yeah, I just want I want it to grow. If you know people that would be interested in this, by all means, it's open. Males, females, no trannies. I'm not interested in that. I'm just joking, Chris. Sorry, you can keep playing.
Well, everyone saw the text you
Right,
sent
yeah.
earlier this weekend,
Which one was
and
that?
I had to remind you of my trans.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, I forgot about that, all that.
No, you're right. I'm glad you said that again.
We're very inclusive.
I lost track of that.
No,
But you're absolutely
well, no,
right.
but
This
it's-
was all supposed to benefit everybody financially week by week.
Yeah.
Also.
So just something to think about. Like if we wanted, I know that's more work, but just something to think about.
More work what? What's more work?
Well, like.
But like you said, if it's
wiping
something
the
you want
names
to
and
take
then getting
on,
it out, right? And I would, yeah, I'd be
if
willing to
it's
do
something
that.
you want to take on, then
Like,
We can talk
I
about
would
it ain't
actually
any more
almost
work for
ask.
us.
Yeah, like right. We might, yeah, we'll have to figure out a way to do that. Like, I wouldn't be able to get involved in that until my picks are in. Is the way I
yeah,
feel.
right. There's an integrity piece.
Yeah.
And everybody in here, there's not
Right,
an
no.
integrity issue.
No,
But
I
there
agree,
is a
but I'm
piece
just saying,
where,
like,
there
I
has to-
wouldn't feel comfortable
And I was
getting
just,
involved until my picks were in, and then
I know exactly
then
what you're
doing
saying.
that.
Yeah.
We specifically have both access to the emails,
Right.
so he could see that it's unopened. In
Yeah.
my mind, anyway.
For
Like I
sure.
specifically
Yeah.
left things unopened
It'll show-
until
yeah.
like revealed.
That's
date.
all I was
highlighted,
saying about that,
yeah.
like, because I think that would be beneficial to us.
No, I'm not saying the
So-
moment all my picks are in, I don't go jumping in there and looking or anything like that. But
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's like if we want to tweak the build up to the lines and the lines being closer to where they're truly going to be at, I'm on board. I think that's great. That challenges us more. It puts a little more pressure on some of us to get the information out there.
Sure.
But I think it would be beneficial, like going into the weekend, having a list of like,
Everybody's
here's the 8 players in the league, and these are the teams they're on. Whether it's even
Yeah.
just
You should write that down. I wanna see that
heavy
down.
on
whether
that.
it's just even like little chalk marks,
I'll
like,
add it to
hey,
my notes.
6 of us are on the Ravens this weekend. It's like, well, shit, maybe we should be on the Ravens, or it's like, whoa, wait a minute,
We
are
should
we?
maybe get on the other side.
Well, that right? Are we all catching like? Are we kind of buying the
Right.
juice and like maybe should we look
That's right.
over here?
That's that's exactly what it's supposed to be. So that there's a lot to that, and that will be. I'll say it right now. No matter what lines we use, everybody's picks are going to be visible to everybody. Maybe I could work up like a Google Doc for this, so like when picks get up there, like everybody can open. I don't know. We can workshop that, but
I got actually a ton of ideas on the early season stuff where we could possibly run like a test run. I wouldn't mind us getting involved in week 0 of college football. Not that we have to have a brain trust here on camera, but like maybe it's just one pick that week or something. Just, but
piggybacking off that, I'm open to ideas. We'll pause. We'll stop the stream here in a minute. But yeah, I wouldn't be. Something's going to happen for the playoffs, so stay tuned.
Yeah, Mike. Like I said, Mike mentioned to me he texted me the other day, "Hey, are we gonna do something for the playoffs like we did last year?" And I said,
Yeah, we'll
I'll
come up with
bounce it
something
off of
tonight.
Steve, and
Tonight,
and
tomorrow.
from what we
Yeah.
were talking about earlier, it sounds like the three of us are interested in that, and it sounds like Mike's interested in that.
I would almost
so-
be interested in doing a playoff pick'em and an eliminator, but let's
Yeah.
just see what we can figure out.
Yeah, we can
That
do
works for
that.
everybody.
And
But hey, thanks again to you guys for running this.
You
Yeah,
got
I
it.
know, like I said, I've run brackets, I've run fantasy for a long time. There's not a lot of sometimes appreciation for that, and this is probably the most difficult thing to run. So thank you to you.
You got it.
guys.
You got it.
Thanks to everyone playing, and hey, maybe next year this could be you guys with some sponsors and shit ready for next year. Keep it gangster, y'all.
Keep it young, keep it gangster.
so the final standings.
Okay, yeah.
Just
give
because
it to
I
him.
love because
Yeah, I love a closing window like that.
I love how close it was from first to seventh.
Little peanut butter.
In seventh place.
Seventh
if
place.
If he's still on there, sorry, Big Mike.
he
in
is
seventh
because
place.
he just said playoffs question mark like
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
before we
he's- yeah.
spoke about it. So Mike, you're
Uh,
in. I'm sure you're in for the playoff. Whatever we decide, I'll let you know.
In seventh place, 56, 48, and 4 with 58 points is Mike. In sixth place is Pat at 57, 47, and 4 with 59 points. Tied in points with Jason, but one less win than Jason at 58, 48, and 2. And then in fourth place is myself at 60, 46, and 2 with 61 points.
Just off the pedestal.
Just, man.
Ain't that a bitch?
Man, and Chad got me with the. I had the
Oh.
Lions over. Chad had the Lions minus the 3.
Podium, I meant. not
Podium,
pedestal.
pedestal, podium.
Yeah,
Chad needs money. I have to send him. Is it 50?
Yeah.
I have.
'Cause I did.
email.
I sent you
Yep,
350.
I got it. Yep.
Yep.
350, 2,
Yep.
and 50.
Yep. It's all in
Okay.
150.
I have the email saved,
differences.
but yes, that's correct.
Okay. So, Chad, I'll Venmo you after this is over.
So yeah, and then Chad at 60, 44, and 4, 60. Those two fucking ties gives him that extra point above me because we
Yeah.
had the same amount of wins.
Well, and you could make the argument those two go over in the win column, and then look at that.
And then
Like,
boom,
right.
yeah. And then Stevie B in second place at 62, 44, and 2, 63 points. And Danny P, our champion of the 2024 season. I just think about what fucking year it is.
2024.
The 2024 season at 63.5 points with 63, 44, and 1.
Just a sea hair under a 60% winning percentage.
Oh, did you math it?
I had the wife do it for me. I didn't know
That's
how.
smart
know.
move.
I didn't know.
Smart move there.
But yeah, so seventh place, 58 points. First place, 63.5 points. You're talking a 5.5 point difference between 7 people.
And I would argue that without speaking
I
about
love
this
it.
before right now, that Danny doesn't feel like he had an uphill fight so much as Mike did for the whole season, in the season in
Yeah.
a whole.
Right.
You know, Mike really fought it hard. Like, I think he might have been in last or second to last the majority of
Yeah.
the season. And at the end of the season, you're 5.5 points back. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
To,
And he put together some good weeks recently, too.
Well, I would say this. I, on Sunday, went through my old book. So this year, I used basically the printouts as my personal records, like in physical copy. Last year, I had a notebook a lot like this, and it was stunning to see. Like once I got to a point where I saw myself starting to reach, and the results were.
Yeah.
How did we do
tanked.
the numbers last year? How did we do the lines last year?
Well, we would turn our numbers in. Remember?
Yeah, you had
Like
to-
And we
screenshot.
did-
you
yeah,
did the
right. Yeah, you
screenshot
had to
thing.
Screenshot from
Yes,
FanDuel.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
So there was different numbers. I had
Yeah, so
7, you
you
had
could-
7.5,
yeah,
it's
you had 8.
chaos.
You
Yeah,
could
that was
wait.
I was so
Yeah.
caught up in trying to get the best number. I
Yeah.
don't think I was focused on finding.
Right.
You got to win first.
Yeah, yeah,
Like-
yeah.
So,
yeah, you trying to focus on getting that best
Right.
number. And
so obviously this layout benefited me. I would think.
Well, hey,
this year.
4 of the 7 of us get to the 60-point milestone, which we spoke about. Seems like that's going to be a preseason goal.
Yeah, that's-
if you want to be on the podium. So I think that's good. The majority of our league is hitting that number. That's pretty good. And then you're talking about 2 guys at 59 and 1 at 58. So
we're
all right
you're
there.
nipping at it. Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy it's over. I'm happy we did it. I'm happy it was as close as it was, and the participation was there.
I'm not happy I lost.
no.
I'm not happy I lost because of Kyler motherfucking
I'm happy Steve lost,
Midget
though.
Murray.
I'm happy Steve
Midget Murray
did
fucked
not
me
get
one more
first
time.
fucking place
From-
again.
From what I hear from
I
Chris,
would
I
have
did the
burned his
league.
house down.
Did the league a benefit of taking someone down?
I was a gracious winner for 2 years in a row.
A gracious winner.
Wolverines
When
know
have
how to
you-
win, dog.
When have you ever been a gracious winner? Keep me posted. Let me know.
I am much better in losses than I am in wins, but that's just me. All right, I'm done. I'm finito. I'm good. Peace out on the Picks 2024
Remember to support the
season.
Westgate Las Vegas and your local DraftKings.
The Money Mayor gets it done. C-Bud did his damn thing.
And go fucking Lions.
Go fucking Lions.
Go line, that's most important.
We out.
Most important.
Love y'all.
Two champs were crowned this week.